You're a summoner? That's the weakest class in the world. The moment Lin Xiao awakened his class, everyone laughed at him. His rival called him trash. No team wanted him. No one believed he could clear a dungeon. Even a normal combat class was considered better than becoming a summoner. But they had no idea. Lin Xiao had awakened a unique S-tier talent. A talent so powerful that nobody else in the world could ever obtain it. Every single day, he gains a brand new S-rank talent. His first summon was just a tiny skeleton. Weak, pathetic, worthless. But after receiving an S-rank talent, it evolved into a terrifying Death Knight. A monster capable of slaughtering entire armies. Then his slime gained the power of endless evolution through devouring. His goblin became a master of legendary weapons. And that was only the beginning. While other people struggled to make one summon stronger, Lin Xiao gave countless S-rank talents to all of his summons. Every day they evolved. Every day they grew stronger. Every day they became more terrifying. Geniuses? Prodigies? Heroes? None of them could even defeat his weakest summon. Then the abyss descended upon the world. Demon gods appeared. Ancient monsters awakened. Even the gods themselves looked down upon humanity. But when humanity stood on the edge of extinction, one man stepped forward. Behind him stood an army powerful enough to shake heaven and earth. An army of death knights, ancient beasts, divine creatures, and beings powerful enough to rival gods. The world finally realized one terrifying truth. The strongest army was never an army. The strongest kingdom was never a kingdom. It was one summoner, and his summons. This is the story of Lin Xiao, the summoner who turned the weakest class into the strongest existence in the world. Week 1 8-hour video will be uploaded. All novels uploaded here are completed, so you will get a full story without searching or waiting. I have listened to the translated version on web, and there are no major problems with translation. If you want Chinese novel translated, give me the original name of the novel and I will respond to your request as soon as possible. Please make sure your request is on the latest video. If you hear this "u" sound in the novel, it means either question mark or some space is left, like getting materials or experience gained there more but not shown. If after a name is used and after there is silence, it means exclamation marks were used as in shock. I don't know if this will happen in recorded one, but it happened in web version. Chapter 189. Grandpa Nyo seemed defeated and angrily chased Lin Xiao back to the dormitory. Back in his room, Lin Xiao tallied his gains this time. Although he hadn't been on the front lines and was only responsible for clearing the abyss monsters in the rear, his haul was still significant. Not to mention the massive increase in level, he had collected 70 or 80 treasure chests alone. It was truly a huge harvest. Lin Xiao opened all the abyss treasure chests in one go. He obtained over 800 stones for enhancement, forging, and modification stones. There were more than 30 weapons and pieces of armor for various classes, and one of them was even a legendary grade weapon. There were also more than 10 skill books for other classes, but none for the summoner class, which made Lin Xiao feel a bit regretful. However, what surprised Lin Xiao was that he actually opened 5 talent divine stones from the abyss treasure chests. Talent divine stones are quite rare and grant an extra talent. But for him, who wasn't lacking S-rank talents, the talent divine stones were excellent materials for advancement. They could save him a lot of time, as he could only acquire 1 S-rank talent per day. It would still take a considerable amount of time to upgrade all his existing talents to iridescent. Besides these, the rest were materials, too many to count, enough for the slimes to eat for a while, allowing for a massive wave of improvement. Afterward, Lin Xiao took out a boss treasure chest, which had dropped after killing the final boss of Despair Green Capital. A level 60 boss treasure chest. Lin Xiao deliberately kept it separate instead of opening it with the abyss treasure chests. A level 60 boss treasure chest. I wonder what kind of good things it holds. Lin Xiao rubbed his hands in anticipation, and with a thought, the treasure chest in his hand immediately opened. Obtained. Mutated crystal *3, material. Crystal flower *1, material. Core of crystal, beast. Crystal condensate liquid *3, consumable. Everything was related to crystals. But what surprised Lin Xiao was that a summoned beast had actually been opened from the treasure chest. This was the first time he had obtained a summoned beast from a treasure chest. It wasn't a skill book. Could it be the dungeon boss? Lin Xiao excitedly took out the newly acquired core of crystal. The core of crystal was wrapped in a layer of cocoon with a special texture. The cocoon was a soft silver gray, like fine silk gently caressed by moonlight, its surface shimmering with faint streaks of light, delicate yet resilient. A faint light seeped through the tiny, hair-thin crevices, appearing like scattered, twinkling stars in the night sky, carrying a hint of mystery. Core of crystal. Type: summoned beast. Contract level: level 1. Description: a special quasi-life form that grows by consuming various crystals. It was a special beast, not a summoned beast skill book learned by a summoner. It required a contract to be freely summoned and belong to him. Of course, he could also abandon it and let it grow naturally in the wild. But Lin Xiao clearly wouldn't make such a foolish decision. Lin Xiao didn't hesitate and immediately completed the contract. The core of crystal was like a newborn baby, lacking any resistance, and the contract was smoothly completed. The moment the contract was completed, strange light flowed and shimmered in the air. The core of crystal seemed to be pulled by some mysterious force, lightly traversing the void and slowly returning to Lin Xiao's exclusive summoning space. At the same time, the soft silver-gray cocoon that had tightly enveloped it quietly peeled away, turning into specks of faint light and dissipating into nothingness. At this moment, Lin Xiao finally saw the appearance of the core of crystal clearly. A rhombus-shaped crystal floated in the air, completely translucent, as if condensed from the purest tears of the sky. A gentle blue halo emanated softly from within the crystal, both soft and mysterious. Its surface was smooth as a mirror, reflecting the surrounding light and shadows, faintly showing Lin Xiao's face. It was not an inanimate object but possessed self-awareness. What a strange summoned beast, Lin Xiao muttered. This was the first time he had seen such a special summoned beast. If he hadn't known beforehand that it was a summoned beast, he probably would have thought it was a special crystal material at first glance. Core of crystal. Race: crystal. Quality: legendary. Level: 1, 0%.
Constitution: 10 000.
Strength: 0. Intelligence: 20. Agility: 0. Magic power: 1000. Spirit: 0. Talent: crystal absorption, B. Skill: none. Seeing the core of crystal's attributes, Lin Xiao frowned. Aside from the high HP, everything else was very ordinary. Even its talent was only B grade. It was weaker than he had expected. Crystal absorption. Grows by devouring crystals. Is it because it hasn't grown up yet? Lin Xiao rubbed his chin, looking at the core of crystal's talent and recalling the description from before the contract. It takes a considerable amount of time for crystals to form, especially rare ones. Perhaps this was why the core of crystal seemed weak now, but maybe it would undergo unexpected changes once it grew up. Let me give you a name first. Your current name feels a bit strange. You're transparent and look like a mirror, so I'll call you Xiao Jing from now on. It's easier to remember. What do you think? Since you're not speaking, it's decided. Lin Xiao casually gave the core of crystal a name. Core of crystal. Lin Xiao took out the newly acquired mutated crystal, preparing to feed it to Xiao Jing. Since it feeds on various crystals and crystal stones, this one should certainly work too. Xiao Jing seemed to sense something and trembled slightly. Lin Xiao slowly brought the mutated crystal closer to Xiao Jing. Just as the two were about to touch, a strange phenomenon occurred. Inside Xiao Jing's originally clear and transparent rhombus-shaped body, blue light surged rapidly like a powerful tide. Immediately after, Lin Xiao felt the mutated crystal in his hand being pulled by a powerful suction force. He opened his fingers, allowing the mutated crystal to fly out and be absorbed into Xiao Jing's body. The light on Xiao Jing's surface continued to shine for a while before gradually subsiding, as if it were digesting this special delicacy. Xiao Jing, core of crystal, level increased to level 5. Huh? It gained so much experience. Lin Xiao raised an eyebrow. Absorbing one crystal stone allowed it to consecutively level up 4 times. This was much faster than grinding monsters in a dungeon. Subsequently, Lin Xiao fed all the crystals obtained from the treasure chests to Xiao Jing. Xiao Jing continuously absorbed them, and its crystal body shone brightly with deep blue light. Xiao Jing, core of crystal, level increased to level 9. Xiao Jing, core of crystal, level increased to level 15. Xiao Jing, core of crystal, level increased to level 20. After absorbing all the crystals, Xiao Jing's level reached level 23. This leveling speed was simply terrifying. However, Lin Xiao planned to continue. He selected various crystals and crystal cores from the slime's snacks and fed them to Xiao Jing again. These materials were more ordinary. Consuming over a dozen of them barely raised its level by 1, incomparable to the mutated crystals. Chapter 190. Deep within the abyss, a gigantic, bottomless chasm brutally tore the valley and the earth in two, forming an insurmountable natural barrier. The opposite side was shrouded in thick mist, carrying bone-chilling coldness and a decaying stench, making it impossible to glimpse the terrifying horrors hidden within. Just gazing at it from afar sent a chill racing from one's feet to the head. Just then, a green teleportation gate appeared on the opposite side of the mist, and 2 figures quickly rushed out, appearing somewhat disheveled. These 2 people were the woman in black robe and the war chief. He deliberately framed us. That wasn't the residual power of the evil god. It was the actual evil god. He did it on purpose. He wanted to kill us. The war chief was so furious his eyes seemed ready to burst, and the veins on his neck bulged. His roar carried the force of thunder, shaking the ground violently. Only after this fool had finished venting his rage did the woman in black robe calmly say, "He didn't lie to us. The power of the evil god. We have already obtained it." Having said that, the woman in black robe took out a cube. The cube, which should have been transparent and crystalline like pure quartz, was now enveloped in a layer of gloom, turning completely dull gray, radiating strands of chilling eeriness amidst its deathly stillness. Upon closer inspection, one could see ghostly shadows strangely flickering inside the cube, and wisps of faint aura slowly flowing within. That aura emitted an indescribable wickedness, and merely looking at it stirred an inexplicable chill deep in one's heart. Sealed within this spine-chilling cube was precisely the power of the evil god. The war chief paused, his anger freezing. His fierce eyes were fixed intently on the cube in the woman in black robe's hand. After 2 or 3 seconds, he finally asked, "You got it? When did you get it?" The woman in black robe put away the cube containing the evil god's power and explained, "I didn't need to do anything. After the evil god's seal was undone, this cube automatically absorbed the power emitted by the evil god." The war chief furrowed his bushy brows and asked, "Wasn't he afraid we would die at the evil god's hands?" That was a god-level being. Even he was nothing more than a slightly larger insect in its eyes. The woman in black robe continued to explain, "The king of the abyss must have known long ago that there was another deity in this dungeon, a village that opposes the evil god. However, there is no recorded information about this deity, and the abilities they use are very strange." Rumble. Suddenly, a ferocious red lightning bolt tore across the sky. In an instant, the lightning illuminated the entire canyon in blood red. The already eerie and terrifying canyon now resembled a lit powder keg, as evil aura rapidly spread to every corner of the gorge with overwhelming force. A moment later, the rubble at the bottom of the canyon was pulled up by a mysterious force, rotating and converging strangely in the air, gradually forming a winding path leading to the depths of the mist on the opposite side of the canyon. The woman in black robe glanced at it, stepped directly onto the path paved with rubble, and walked toward the mist opposite. As the view drew closer, a castle radiating an eerie aura slowly came into sight. It was a city of demons that had risen from the depths of the infernal abyss, exuding endless absurdity, strangeness, and terror. Its appearance resembled a gigantic, twisted black monster. The castle's outer walls were constructed from huge black stones, their surfaces rough and uneven, as if scratched by the sharp claws of demons, emitting an old and decaying stench. The castle's gate was carved with various ferocious images of demons, bearing fangs and looking hideous. Above it stood a massive demon skull statue, its eyes flashing with eerie red light, seemingly watching everyone who approached, sending shivers down their spines. This was the city of the abyss where the king of the abyss resided. "I have brought what you require." The woman in black robe looked at the castle and raised the gray cube high. Click. The castle gate suddenly opened. A force retrieved the gray cube from the woman in black robe's hand, and then the gate closed. After a brief silence, a voice emerged from within. "Well done. I certainly didn't misjudge you. From now on, you shall be the 4th Archduke of Demons of the Abyss. As long as you continue to work for me and bring back more deity power, I can guarantee that no one in the entire abyss will dare to harm you." After feeding all the materials, including crystal stones, crystals, and crystal cores, to Xiao Jing, its level finally reached level 30, which was quite decent. Furthermore, Lin Xiao discovered that after consuming various crystals, Xiao Jing gained several new skills. For example, Light of Corruption, Light of Crystal, giving it barely adequate combat capabilities. "Once I find a suitable S-rank talent, I'll get you another one." After feeding Xiao Jing, Lin Xiao recalled it to the summoning space and then looked at the other newly acquired summoned beast. The Thought Beast. It was the summoned beast obtained after receiving the Super Grand Prize, left by Little Mo. Considering Little Mo's strength and identity, this summoned beast should certainly not be weak. Lin Xiao immediately summoned the Thought Beast. Unlike Xiao Jing, there was no need to complete a contract. The contract was already finished upon acquisition. After summoning the thought beast and clearly seeing its appearance, Lin Xiao was stunned. It was a palm-sized green little person with a round head and a body no thicker than 3 fingers. It looked incredibly adorable and cute. Its big, round eyes took up most of its head, sparkling with intelligence and curiosity. Its gaze was full of pure innocence, making one want to gently pinch it. However, it gave Lin Xiao the feeling that it was a miniature Q-version form of Little Mo. Lin Xiao stared at the palm-sized green little person for a while before speaking. "Are you Little Mo?" The green little person tilted its head and looked at Lin Xiao with its round eyes, seemingly unable to understand his question. Lin Xiao extended his palm. The green little person looked at it, hesitated for a moment, and then jumped onto it. Moving it closer to himself, Lin Xiao poked it with his finger. The finger was clearly gigantic to it, and it quickly used both hands to fend it off. Then, the green little person found an opportunity, grabbed Lin Xiao's finger, and began swinging on it like a swing, having a great time. This must be a thought beast condensed from Little Mo's power. Lin Xiao recalled the rebellious Little Mo from Sanfan Street, who had seemed slightly embarrassed when he asked her about the super grand prize. She clearly knew about the existence of this thought beast, and it might even represent her younger self. Lin Xiao stared at the green little person swinging on his finger, feeling that his guess was correct, but unfortunately, there was no way to verify it. But there was no need to overthink it. Since it had already become his summoned beast, it belonged to him now. Lin Xiao looked at the green little person playing in his palm and said, "From now on, you'll be called Little Mo, whether or not you are her." The green little person, still swinging, nodded upon hearing this, seemingly very fond of the name. Chapter 191. Xiao Montak. Race, Thought Force Body. Quality, Epic. Level, 1, 0%.
Constitution, 10 000.
Strength, 0. Intelligence, 1000. Agility, 300. Magic Power, 4000. Spirit, 300. Talent, Thought Force, S. Skills, Thought Force Manipulation, Meditation, Thought Force Wave, Gaze. Lin Xiao obtained Xiao Mo's information. Its strength was basically 0, making it a pure magic-based summoned beast. However, its quality reached the epic level. This was the second epic quality summoned beast he had acquired, the first being, naturally, the Snow Girl doll. Oh, right, it seems I also obtained a piece of equipment, and a dedicated one at that. Lin Xiao immediately took it out. It was a whip. Looking at the whip in his hand, a strange expression appeared on Lin Xiao's face. The weapon Xiao Mo used when fighting the evil god in the dungeon was almost identical to the one he was holding now. If someone said they weren't the same person, he wouldn't really believe it. "Can you even lift this whip?" Lin Xiao presented the weapon to it. The whip was easily 20 or 30 times Xiao Mo's length, and its chubby little hands probably couldn't even pick it up. The handle alone was bigger than its entire body. Lin Xiao was very confused. Was this whip truly its dedicated equipment? Or perhaps it could only be used once it grew up? Xiao Mo, who was playing on a swing, saw the whip Lin Xiao offered, pattered over, and its little hand patted it. The several-meter-long whip instantly shrank, and in the blink of an eye, it was reduced to a size that Xiao Mo could easily wield. Lin Xiao was somewhat surprised. "This thing can change size freely?" Xiao Mo swung the whip in its hand, laughing happily, like a child who had received a new toy. Go back to the summoning space for now. Lin Xiao let Xiao Mo play outside for a while, then recalled it. Afterward, he went into the bathroom to take a bath and get some proper rest. He had barely rested while fighting in the West. Now that the war was over, it was time for a good rest. His body slowly sank into the bathtub, washing away his exhaustion. As the warm water soaked him, wisps of steam curled up, like a dreamy veil, gradually filling and lingering in the bathroom, quietly isolating him from the outside world's clamor. Leaning back against the edge of the tub, his gaze unconsciously drifted toward the soft glow emanating from the ceiling lamp. His eyes gradually lost focus, and warm fragments of time spent with his parents surfaced in his mind, while longing surged over his heart like a tide. Was it really her? Just then, the phone suddenly rang, interrupting Lin Xiao's thoughts. Picking up the phone placed nearby, Lin Xiao saw the caller ID and inwardly cried out, "Oh no! It was Lin Yao calling. Crap! I forgot to tell her I was safe." Lin Xiao immediately answered the call, and before the person on the other end could speak, he preempted them. "I just got back and was about to call you. I didn't expect you to call me first. We must be telepathic." Lin Yao was stunned, clearly caught off guard by Lin Xiao, but she still cursed, "You bastard." Lin Xiao lay leisurely in the bathtub and said lightly, "Your brother is very strong. Are you worried I'd die? Besides, I was only doing logistics on the Western battlefield this time, with no chance to go to the front lines. I didn't encounter any danger, so your worry is unnecessary." He knew what Lin Yao was worried about. Lin Yao was angry. Is logistics guaranteed to be safe? Since you were in charge of logistics, why didn't you call back and let me worry about you the whole time? Lin Xiao smiled. Of course it's safe. If logistics collapsed, the entire Western region couldn't be held. I was just a bit busy and didn't have time to let you know I was safe. Humph. Lin Yao snorted, but she didn't sound overly angry anymore. Just as Lin Xiao was about to chat with Lin Yao a bit longer, the voice of the god of war sounded in his ear. "Lin Xiao, do you have time now? There are some things I want to clarify with you." Lin Xiao was not surprised by the god of war contacting him, and he knew what the other party wanted to ask. "A superior is here, so I won't talk to you now. I'll come home and have a meal with you when I'm free." Lin Xiao was about to hang up, but Lin Yao quickly stopped him. "Wait a minute. I have some good news for you." "Good news? What kind of good news?" Lin Yao smiled smugly. "Hee. A record company is already preparing to sign me. I'll soon become a debut singer." Her words were filled with pride and joy. "Who is it? Are they blind?" "No, are their ears broken? They signed her for this?" For a moment, Lin Xiao didn't know if this was good news or bad news. But jokes aside, Lin Xiao still offered his congratulations, saying, "Well, congratulations first." Then his tone shifted, and he warned, "You need to be careful. Don't let them trick you. Signing you doesn't necessarily mean a chance to debut. Maybe they're just casting a wide net to scam you out of a penalty fee. Don't worry, I'm not that easy to fool. Just wait for the news of my debut as a singer." After sharing the good news, Lin Yao hung up the phone. Lin Xiao fell silent. Singer. That was Lin Yao's profession. Could a profession change a person, so that even if Lin Yao sang completely off-key and sounded like ghosts wailing, she could slowly transform into a heavenly voice? When he had time, he should go back and listen to her sing a song. Putting Lin Yao's matter aside, Lin Xiao contacted the god of war, Nan Wanxing. You have something going on over there. I'm not in a huge rush. Hearing Lin Xiao's response, Nan Wanxing guessed he was busy and said this. It was my sister. I was just letting her know I was safe after returning. It's finished now. I see. Nan Wanxing nodded and got straight to the point. I saw the report submitted by Xiaoran and learned what happened, but I still want to hear from you directly about the events that transpired in the dungeon. Also about the evil god and the deity named Xiao Mo. This was exactly as Lin Xiao had guessed. The god of war sought him out because of the evil god and Xiao Mo. Understood. Lin Xiao recounted the sequence of events again, the content being nearly identical to what he had told Yao Tianyi and the others. After understanding the situation, Nan Wanxing asked a few more questions, such as, what kind of deity is Xiao Mo? Did the Archduke of Demons obtain the evil god's power? Lin Xiao didn't conceal anything, nor was there anything worth concealing. It was fine to just state it openly. God of thought. A deity never recorded, never even heard of. The god of war murmured. He had never heard of this name either. Lin Xiao then informed him of the Archduke of Demons' whereabouts. He didn't actually know. He could only guess that they had used special means to leave the dungeon. As for whether they acquired the evil god's power, he knew even less. Your information is very valuable. If there are future developments, I will contact you again, Nan Wanxing said. Just as the god of war was preparing to disconnect, Lin Xiao stopped him. After a long silence, he finally spoke. In the dungeon. I saw her. Chapter 192. Seeing her in the dungeon. Who? Nan Wanxing paused for a moment before reacting, his voice becoming deeper. You? You saw your mother? At this moment, Nan Wanxing was also extremely shocked. Seeing her in the dungeon, does that mean she was the one who lifted the evil god's seal? If so, did she also start the war in the West? If that's the case, then, Lin Xiao remained silent before finally responding. A black robe obscured her face, making it impossible to see clearly. But Lin Xiao read her information using the eye of the abyss. Although he couldn't see the complete information, seeing the name was enough. Lin Xiao just hadn't expected to meet his mother in this manner. Nan Wanxing remained silent for a long time before asking, what do you plan to do? I don't know. Lin Xiao shook his head, then stated with determination, I will find a way to save her. Nan Wanxing fell silent. If she became an abyssal demon, could she ever change back? As far as he knew, there had never been such a precedent. After a moment, he slowly spoke. The last time I met her, she didn't have this kind of strength. Such a huge change occurred in just a few months. I don't know what she encountered. The Archduke of Demons is a top-tier fighting force in the abyss. Whether there is a way to save her or not, even if there is, it would be extremely difficult. And also, Nan Wanxing changed the subject, his tone becoming sharp. This time, the monster siege brought immense disaster to the West, causing severe damage. This debt will be calculated against her. You must understand this, distinguishing clearly between public and private matters. Even though Xia Xinyun was once his most favored subordinate, and her child is now the genius he holds in highest regard, he would not make any concessions or show favoritism. I know. Nan Wanxing nodded, then comforted him. I hope this matter won't affect you. Lin Xiao smiled. It won't. That's good. Nan Wanxing chatted with Lin Xiao for a couple more minutes, then ended the communication. Lin Xiao stayed soaking in the bathtub for a while longer before getting up and leaving. His mother had been found, but he hadn't seen any trace of his father, and he didn't know how he was doing. Maybe, don't overthink it. Not seeing him means he might still be alive. Didn't the same thing happen with Mother? If I get the chance, I can ask Mother. I just don't know if she still remembers me, or if the person is an abyssal demon wearing Mother's skin. But if it were an abyssal demon, could it truly take Mother's name? Lin Xiao wasn't sure, but everything would become clear the next time they met. As for his mother's safety, Lin Xiao wasn't worried. Even if the military god wanted revenge, she was still an archduke of demons, a top fighting force in the abyss, making it nearly impossible to kill her. I should still deal with my current problem first. The Heart of Curse. It was time to deal with it as it was a hidden danger. Originally, after reaching level 30, Lin Xiao had planned to find the Goddess of Fate to resolve the heart issue, but he hadn't expected the war in the West to break out, causing a delay. Now it was time to address it. The solution was on the upper floors of the Tower of Heaven, which was clearly impossible for him to reach with his current strength. I have to go find her again. Lin Xiao sighed. That guy with the terrible personality always felt like they were full of bad intentions whenever they met, constantly looking for ways to amuse themselves at his expense. However, meeting the Goddess of Fate requires entering the God's Assembly Hall dungeon, and entering the God's Assembly Hall requires the Sanctuary Core. I should go to the Holy Temple dungeon first to farm the core. Lin Xiao was about to ask the Holy Temple to send him into the dungeon, but seeing that it was getting late outside, he decided to rest for the night and enter tomorrow. The next day, with nothing else to prepare, Lin Xiao directly called out to the Holy Temple and entered the Holy Temple dungeon. Lin Xiao was already familiar with the process. He immediately summoned the Death Knight and the others to begin clearing the monsters in the dungeon. This was the good thing about being a summoner. He didn't need to take much action. He could just drink cola here and wait for the summoned beasts to finish the fight. After about 2 hours, upon reaching the 150th floor, a sanctuary core finally appeared. Lin Xiao looked at the special crystal in his hand and muttered, "This thing seems to only appear on fixed floors. After clearing all the floors up to this point, no sanctuary core had dropped. This indicated that it only dropped when specific monsters were killed on specific floors. Speaking of which, can Xiao Jing eat this thing?" Lin Xiao looked at the dark sanctuary core in his hand, and this thought suddenly popped into his head. Since they were all crystals, Xiao Jing should be able to eat it, and since this came from the Holy Temple, eating it might grant a lot of experience. Having decided on this course of action, Lin Xiao immediately summoned Xiao Jing and handed it the sanctuary core, but it showed no reaction. It seems it can't eat it. After obtaining the sanctuary core, Lin Xiao left the dungeon immediately and went to find Grandpa Nyo. Seeing him lying on a wicker chair and fanning himself, Lin Xiao immediately walked over and said directly, "Grandpa Nyo, I want to enter the God's Assembly Hall." "God's Assembly Hall? You!" Before Grandpa Nyo could finish speaking, he saw Lin Xiao take out a piece of sanctuary core, and the words he was about to say were instantly caught in his throat. After stammering for a while, he finally reacted and let out a surprised cry. "You got another sanctuary core?" Grandpa Nyo looked at Lin Xiao as if he were a monster. "You just returned from the Western battlefield. Weren't there enough monsters for you to kill there? You have to enter the Holy Temple Special Instance to kill to your heart's content. Is that it? You're pushing yourself too hard. Don't you value your life?" Grandpa Nyo was shocked, but he still scolded Lin Xiao severely. In his eyes, Lin Xiao was too dedicated. He had just come off the battlefield and immediately dove headfirst back into a dungeon. He had never seen anyone push themselves this hard. Lin Xiao blinked and said, "Not at all. I slept soundly last night." Grandpa Nyo's eyes instantly widened like cowbells, and he shouted, "Sleeping one night is what you call sound rest? Don't talk about resting unless you take 3 or 4 days off." Lin Xiao, I'm a summoner. I barely exerted any effort. What about your summoned beasts? Are your summoned beasts machines? Even machines need time to rest. Grandpa Nyo roared. Seeing Lin Xiao push himself so hard, he was genuinely afraid something might happen to him. On the western battlefield, I stayed in the rear and rarely fought. Besides, I'm just entering the gods' assembly hall. There's no need for fighting inside. Why don't you just treat it as me going to relax and take a vacation? Grandpa Nyo was instantly speechless. It was the first time he had ever heard of someone treating a god's dungeon as a vacation. Fine, I'll open the door for you. Grandpa Nyo ultimately chose to compromise. After all, he had managed to obtain the sanctuary core. He couldn't very well turn him away and tell him to come back in a few days. Chapter 193. Passing through the inconspicuous door, Lin Xiao arrived in another space. Above his head, stars twinkled and a vast galaxy surged. Beneath his feet lay an endless starry expanse, spread out like fine, crushed diamonds. Even though he had been here once, he was still awestruck by the sight. Lin Xiao walked forward along the galaxy, arriving once again before the sanctuary compass. Insert the sanctuary core to activate the sanctuary compass. Shout, "Stop," to make the sanctuary compass stop rotating. The sanctuary's prompt sounded. Having had the experience once, Lin Xiao naturally knew how to operate it. Before throwing the sanctuary core, he noticed that the rewards on the compass had changed. It seems the rewards are random, not fixed. Lin Xiao took a quick glance. The rewards were mouth-watering, whether they were consumables or equipment. However, attending to business was more important now. He could wait until he obtained another sanctuary core in the future to draw these rewards. Lin Xiao took out the sanctuary core and shouted to the starry sky, "I am looking for the god of destiny. We have already met." After saying this, he threw the sanctuary core in. The wheel immediately began to spin. Only the 1% gray area allowed entry into the god's assembly hall. Lin Xiao was not worried about missing. He had been in contact with the goddess of fate, and this peeping-loving creature definitely knew he had arrived. Therefore, the probability of it pointing to the gray area should be 100%. "Stop!" As Lin Xiao's voice fell, the pointer on the wheel indeed stopped on the gray area. Obtained reward, God's Assembly Hall, Fate Invitation Qualification. Do you wish to enter the God's Assembly Hall dungeon? If you refuse, it will be considered an automatic forfeiture of this opportunity. Enter. The next second, with a dizzying spin, Lin Xiao fell into the galaxy. When the scene before his eyes cleared, he found himself sitting on a chair. Across the oval table, a woman whose appearance was obscured by mist sat opposite him. The goddess of fate. Such a nasty character. "Hi, we meet again." The goddess of fate greeted with a smile. Lin Xiao didn't waste time with small talk and went straight to the point. "I can already enter the Tower of Heaven. Now, can you tell me how to reach the 95th floor, defeat the City Lord of Light, and obtain his heart?" Since she had a way to send him to the 95th floor, she must also have a way to kill the city Lord of Light. Otherwise, she wouldn't have offered this solution. You're so impatient. Drink some tea first, we can chat slowly. We can even play some little games in the meantime. As she spoke, a cup of tea appeared out of thin air in front of Lin Xiao, along with a thoughtful serving of dessert. The goddess of fate started eating a delicious little cake. Lin Xiao wasn't in a hurry either. He hadn't eaten breakfast yet, so this was a good chance to fill his stomach. After finishing, the goddess of fate spoke. Who told you that you need to defeat the city Lord of Light to obtain his heart? I don't need to defeat the city Lord of Light? Lin Xiao was somewhat surprised. Could it be that he could just go find him and ask for it? The goddess of fate continued. The heart is not on the city Lord of Light. It is stored in a special place. You'll need to find a way to steal it yourself. I can't help you with that. Steal it? Lin Xiao was stunned. He hadn't expected this method. This was much simpler than killing the city Lord of Light. As for how to steal it, he had God's protection on hand, so it shouldn't be a problem. Noticing Lin Xiao's expression, the goddess of fate smiled. It seems you have a plan. Once you arrive, I will tell you where the heart is located. Lin Xiao nodded and immediately asked, Then how do I get to the 95th floor? That is very simple. The goddess of fate snapped her fingers, and the scene instantly changed, appearing to be the interior of a castle. Lin Xiao saw a figure with flowing blue-white hair, whose body was also a semi-transparent blue-white. Dominant golden armor covered key parts of their body, and they floated quietly in mid-air. Although it was just a projection, he could still feel their invincible aura. The goddess of fate then introduced, This is an avatar of the city Lord of Light on the 30th floor. You only need to defeat him to reach the 95th floor. Lin Xiao frowned upon hearing this. It can't be that simple. The 30th floor is a level that many professionals who enter the Tower of Heaven can reach. If there were such a shortcut, everyone would have known about it long ago. Of course, you need to use some special means to enter. After you kill the avatar of the city Lord of Light, his armor will remain in place. You only need to destroy his armor, and a special passage will appear, leading directly to the 95th floor. The goddess of fate explained the method, but Lin Xiao still felt it was too simple. Destroying armor is something many people must have done. If the shortcut hasn't been discovered yet, it means their method was wrong, or the armor isn't that easy to destroy. Thinking of this, Lin Xiao asked carefully, How do I destroy the armor to make the special passage appear? It's very simple. Pour oil on it, then light a fire, and you can destroy the armor. As the goddess of fate spoke, she thoughtfully prepared a demonstration animation for Lin Xiao. Burn the armor with oil and fire? Lin Xiao hadn't thought of that. The goddess of fate continued, However, you need to obtain the oil and fire yourself. I can't help you with that. Lin Xiao immediately reacted, Where do I get them? These oil and fire probably aren't ordinary items. As for the oil, the old goat has it. You can go ask him for it, but it's a bit difficult. As for how to get it, that depends on your own ability. Furthermore, if you want to resolve the heart of curse within your body later, you will also need to ask the old goat for help. The goddess of fate waved her hand, and the scene returned to the starry sky. The old goat. That is the god of forging. The god of forging? Lin Xiao was stunned. He had assumed the old goat was an old man, but he hadn't expected that the god of destiny was referring to a god. At this moment, Lin Xiao realized something and asked, "Could this fire be something I need to borrow from the fire god?" Bingo, you got it right. It seems you aren't that stupid and can draw inferences. The fire needed is the fire of a god. Lin Xiao, what kind of armor is this that it requires items from two different gods? He couldn't help but complain inwardly. You need to obtain these two items yourself. I can't help you with that, but I can certainly provide an introduction, the goddess of fate said with a smile. Looking at her expression, Lin Xiao had an ominous feeling. She was probably thinking of having some fun at his expense again. The goddess of fate ignored what Lin Xiao was thinking and continued, "You need to find the old goat yourself. As for the fire god, although she doesn't go out much and rarely meets people, I have a little leverage on her. It'll be very easy to get her to come. Do you want to find her now?" Chapter 194. No time like the present. Since the goddess of fate could find the god of fire directly and even summon her here, it must be better to meet today. After all, coming here once takes a lot of effort. It's not something you can do whenever you want. One also needs to enter the Holy Temple Special Instance to farm the Sanctuary Core. All right. I'll call her over now. The goddess of fate smiled, then disappeared. Lin Xiao looked in the direction she vanished, a premonition of unease stirring within him. When did this ill-tempered fellow, who loved to watch the fun all day, become so agreeable? No more games? Could it be that, after the god of fire arrives, she's planning another trick? It wasn't surprising Lin Xiao thought this way. After all, this goddess of fate spirit was a bit abnormal, with few normal thoughts. Not long after, the air before Lin Xiao suddenly twisted, followed by a surge of raging flames roaring up like an angry dragon from the ground. The scorching heat seemed to instantly vaporize everything around it, making Lin Xiao instinctively take a step back. These flames were by no means comparable to mortal fires. They leaped and rolled, releasing boundless, violent power. If one were to touch them, they would likely be incinerated without a sound, leaving not even ash. In the blink of an eye, a figure strode out from the blazing inferno. Her face was stern, her chin slightly raised, and her thin lips were tightly pressed, revealing an innate arrogance, as if all things in this world were but withered grass to be ignited at any moment in her eyes. Her crimson long hair flew wildly, each strand like a dancing tongue of fire, emanating a chilling heat. In her eyes, strange flame-shaped symbols gleamed, like two profound sources of fire, and just a gentle glance could make one feel a deterrent power capable of incinerating everything. Her magnificent robe was formed by converging flames, adorned with peculiar flame symbols, and the flames on her collar flickered and flowed with her movements. The god of fire. Without any introduction, Lin Xiao already knew her identity. The god of fire's gaze fell upon him, her cold brows slightly furrowed, seemingly a little displeased to see Lin Xiao here. Her indifferent voice slowly rang out, "Why are you here? Where is fate? She called me over, but now she's gone." Before Lin Xiao could speak, the goddess of fate's playful laughter echoed through the starry sky. Then she appeared. "Such a temper, huh? The last 2 times you suddenly visited, I didn't get angry with you. This time I called you over, but you're in such a bad mood. You're making me so sad." The goddess of fate looked as if she had suffered a great grievance. "That's because you forced me to come," the god of fire said coldly, her body's flames flickering in response. The goddess of fate seemed not to hear, letting out a chuckle and getting straight to the point. Actually, I'm not looking for you. He has something to ask you. I'm just making the connection. The god of fire looked at Lin Xiao and asked coldly, "What do you need me for?" Lin Xiao glanced at the god of fire, then at the goddess of fate, who was smiling, waiting to watch the show. He felt that borrowing fire from the god of fire might not be so simple, and judging by the situation, the god of fire seemed to have been forcibly summoned. Nevertheless, Lin Xiao said, "I want to borrow fire from you. Specifically, your eternal kindling flame." The goddess of fate added. The god of fire frowned, a flash of fire in her eyes. "Borrow fire from me, and the eternal kindling flame at that? Do you think that's possible? It's just a temporary loan. I'll return it immediately after I'm done using it. The god of fire can propose any conditions, and I will fulfill them as long as I am capable." Lin Xiao's attitude was very sincere. "Conditions? No conditions will make me lend it. My eternal kindling flame will never be lent out." The god of fire spoke with absolute certainty, but she stopped at the end, glancing at Lin Xiao, then at fate. Changing her tone, she said, "I can lend it to you. As long as you help me do one thing, I will temporarily lend you the eternal kindling flame." Lin Xiao was somewhat surprised. The god of fire had initially refused sternly, with an attitude that she would never lend it. So how did her tone suddenly change? However, since it could be borrowed, everything was negotiable. "God of fire, please speak, as long as it's something I can do," Lin Xiao said sincerely. The god of fire raised a jade-like finger, pointing at fate, and said, "Make her allow Ibosi to return to the sanctuary." "Ibosi? Who is Ibosi?" While Lin Xiao was full of questions, the goddess of fate explained, "It's Xiao Guang. It's the god of light." The god of fire, fearing Lin Xiao wouldn't understand who Xiao Guang was, spoke Ibosi's divine name, "The god of light. Allow the god of light to return to the sanctuary." Lin Xiao was stunned, not expecting the god of fire's condition to be this. He hadn't been clear before about the relationship between the goddess of fate, the god of fire, and the sanctuary. But now, hearing the god of fire say this, he roughly understood that they might belong to the same faction or be affiliated with the sanctuary. Hee. The goddess of fate merely chuckled upon hearing this, saying nothing, watching the two with an attitude of enjoying the spectacle. Lin Xiao didn't know what had happened between the two, but he could tell there was some conflict between them, possibly due to the god of light. Was the god of light expelled from the sanctuary? Did the god of light betray them? He wasn't clear what had transpired between them, but seeing the goddess of fate smiling and enjoying the show, she must have anticipated it long ago. What are the conditions for the god of light to return? Lin Xiao looked at the god of fun. The goddess of fate blinked. "I'm not stopping him from coming back, am I?" Lin Xiao, He looked at the god of fire. "You said before that if he came back, you would drive him away, and without your nod, the sanctuary would not open its doors." "Ah? Did I say that? Dare you say you didn't?" The god of fire glared, her eyes wide, at the goddess of fate. The goddess of fate blinked and said, "I remember saying that if he could still return after following the angel 3 times, I would let him come back." Now Lin Xiao understood. The conflict between the two was caused by Ibosi, the god of light. The god of fire wanted the god of light to return, but the god of fun disagreed. From their conversation, he knew that the god of light had gone to chase an angel. Although he didn't know what an angel was, it must be very dangerous. Otherwise the god of fire wouldn't have made such a request. If you can't do that, then don't even think about borrowing my eternal kindling flame. This was said by the god of fire to Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao, don't drag me into your grievances. Besides, I'm not very familiar with the god of fun. Will he listen to me? Are you trying to use me to manipulate the god of fun? Is that even possible? Before Lin Xiao could figure out how to speak, he heard the god of fun say, "Hey, why do you pay so much for him? His heart is already set on that angel. What's the point of him coming back? Wouldn't it break your heart to watch?" Lin Xiao raised an eyebrow, looking at the god of fire. "I think I just heard something important. Is there more to this story?" Chapter 195. Whoosh! The flames erupted instantly, like a gigantic volcano suddenly ignited, magnificent and terrifying, setting even the starry sky ablaze. The raging fire, like a surging tide, rushed straight toward Lin Xiao, forcing him to retreat hundreds of steps. Fortunately, the god of fire's target was not him, and she held back. Otherwise, the explosive power would have been enough to burn him to ashes. The god of fire emitted a scorching aura, with fierce flames burning all around her. The words of the god of fun were like a sharp blade, igniting the rage in her heart and touching her reverse scale. The goddess of fate blinked, seemingly oblivious to the god of fire's anger, and continued, "See? Getting agitated again. It's not worth getting so mad over Xiao Guang. Why don't you go kill the angel? See if that makes him change his mind." Watching the god of fun continue to fan the flames, Lin Xiao quickly retreated far away, lest he suffer collateral damage. Unexpectedly, the god of fire did not become angrier. The flames burning on her body only lasted for a moment before disappearing. It wasn't that she stopped being angry, but that she didn't want to be toyed with by this malicious person in front of her. "Human, what is your name?" Hearing the god of fire ask her, Lin Xiao was stunned but still replied, "Lin Xiao." "Lin Xiao." The god of fire nodded, glaring at the goddess of fate, and said, "I advise you not to get too involved with this fellow, or you won't even know how you were played to death. The fact that you gained the right to enter the god's assembly hall might be his doing in secret, wanting to add a new toy for himself. Perhaps you don't know, but after you left, this malicious fellow was constantly spying on you, watching you make a fool of yourself, watching you suffer setbacks, and laughing heartily. That coin was just a toy casually tossed to you. If you used it, no, even if you didn't use that coin, it would activate automatically, specifically to make you look ridiculous." The god of fire recounted the misdeeds of the goddess of fate, listing everything she had done. Lin Xiao wasn't surprised by this, as he had already guessed it. However, seeing the god of fire say it herself felt strange. It was like losing an argument and resorting to exposing the opponent's flaws. Saying that is too much. I was observing his fate and providing appropriate guidance. The goddess of fate retorted, "You just wanted to find fun through him, right?" The god of fire sneered, "The last time I came, you were eager to show me Lin Xiao's frustrated look, watching him get struck by lightning." Lin Xiao looked at the god of fun. "Don't talk nonsense, Lin Xiao. Didn't you benefit from the coin I gave you?" the goddess of fate asked. Lin Xiao blinked, adopting the look of someone just watching the spectacle and not getting involved. Humph, humph, humph. Seeing Lin Xiao remain silent, the god of fire sneered coldly. He knows you're no good either. You? The goddess of fate angrily glared at Lin Xiao. Don't think I don't know that when Xiao Guang left, you even begged him not to go. That pitiful look was something I'd truly never seen before. You spied on me. The god of fire was ignited again. You hide alone in that broken volcano all day and never come out. Don't think I don't know you secretly went to look for him. I just didn't say anything. Whoosh! The god of fire's flames were ignited again, and she roared, "You've been spying on me the whole time. You are a god who controls fate. Yet you use your ability to do such boring things. Heaven must be blind to let you obtain the fate godhead and the god seat. And are you any better?" Flames and mysterious power collided, yet they didn't affect Lin Xiao, who was watching the spectacle from afar. He ate a small cake while watching the two expose each other's shortcomings. They even dug up decades-old history. When they addressed him, he occasionally gave a brief comment or two, then continued watching the spectacle, jotting down some interesting tidbits in a small notebook. He might get a chance to leverage this against the god of fun later. As for finding the god of fire and temporarily borrowing the eternal kindling flame from her, that could wait for now. Nothing was as important as watching the show. Time was indeterminate here. After an unknown duration, the two finally stopped, seemingly exhausted from arguing. Lord God of Fire, I feel her personality is truly awful, so I've decided to follow you from now on. Seeing them finish arguing, Lin Xiao could finally interject. Humph! The god of fire sneered coldly at the goddess of fate, as if saying, "Even the person you favor knows your malicious deeds. However, Lord God of Fire, I currently face a problem. My heart has been replaced by the heart of curse, and I need to use the eternal kindling flame." The god of fire glanced indifferently at Lin Xiao and said, "My flames cannot break curses. Besides needing your flames, I also need to borrow oil from Old Goat, the god of forging, and then go to the Tower of Heaven." Lin Xiao repeated the general procedure. Upon hearing this, the god of fire frowned. "You are going to take the heart of the city Lord of Light?" "Yes." Lin Xiao nodded. Actually, the heart of the city Lord of Light also contains a part of Xiao Guang's heart, you know." The goddess of fate suddenly interjected. Lin Xiao looked at the god of fire, but surprisingly, she wasn't angry. Instead, he heard her say, "If you are going to retrieve the heart of the city Lord of Light, bring something back for me as well, and I can temporarily lend you the eternal kindling flame." Lin Xiao felt hopeful upon hearing this and quickly asked, "What is it?" "It's the armor of the light god." The speaker was not the god of fire, but the goddess of fate. "It's the armor Xiao Guang used to wear. Since she can't see him, she probably wants to remember him through his possessions." TSK. That guy really isn't worth it. The goddess of fate shook her head repeatedly. "Big sister, stop adding fuel to the fire." Lin Xiao felt like kicking her out. He was about to get the item, and here she was again. The god of fire glared at the goddess of fate, ignored her, and took out a wisp of flame, tossing it toward Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao subconsciously dodged, but before he could react, the flame had already landed in his palm and immediately merged into his body. "You only have one chance to enter. After coming out of the Tower of Heaven, if you haven't retrieved the item I want, the flames will burn you to death directly. No one will be able to save you." After speaking, the god of fire vanished from the spot. Seeing the god of fire leave, The god of fun instantly darted over to Lin Xiao's side. Hey, you borrowed it so easily. Quick, take the flame out and let me see it. This is his life-bound flame. Curious light shone in the eyes of the goddess of fate. Lin Xiao glanced at her, and thinking of everything that had just happened, he couldn't help but ask, "Were you doing that on purpose?" Of course. The god of fun admitted it directly. Otherwise, how would she have been willing to lend the flame? Of course, there was another way. I could egg you on to fight her, and if you won, you would also have a chance to get it. This method is much simpler. You just stood by and watched the show, and you got the flame. Isn't that much easier? Hearing the god of fun say this, Lin Xiao felt it was indeed much simpler. He barely had to exert any effort to obtain the eternal kindling flame. Also, take out that little notebook you were just writing in.